Hey folks, Chris here with MPC Remote Starts. Today I'm going to take this remote start kit and install it into this 2017 Honda Ridgeline. Now this kit's going to cover from 2017 to 2023 Honda Ridgeline Push-to-Start. I'm going to show you what's included in this box and what tools we're going to need to complete this install. Let's get started. Okay, before we get started to show you what's in the box, we're going to go ahead and point out this label. This label has a barcode on it that you're going to be able to scan. That will download the tip sheet so you can complete your install. Let's go ahead and open the box to show you what's inside. First is going to be the EVO 1 remote start module. This is the HON 8 T-harness for the plug-and-play kit. An FLL computer USB chip for the Dcryptor. MPC panel pull, some extra cabling, and some extra paperwork. Let's go ahead and show you what tools you're going to need for the install. These are the tools we'll be needing today to complete our installation. So we're going to be using an electric drill, our ratchet with a 10mm socket, the MPC panel puller, some wire cutters, zip ties, electrical tape, and our Windows PC to complete our Dcryptor. Let's get started. Okay, to start this install, we're going to have to remove this glove box assembly to access the body control module connections and also where our main brain is going to be mounted for this install. So to do so, we need to pull off this panel here and this trim molding off. Pop this down. Careful with your trim tool, these connections can be a little stiff. And that'll pop that right out. That's going to give us access to these Phillips screws that are here, and there's also 10mm bolt here. That's going to allow us to pull this assembly out and access our body control module back here. There's another one on this side. I'm going to go ahead and remove these Phillips screws here. Now we can pull out the assembly here. Our body control module is right here at the top. We're going to go ahead and slide it out. These are the connections right here that we're going to be plugging into our T-harness. We're making a remote start connection here, and then of course tracing the steering lock connector over to the steering column once we've made our connections here. All right, so the body control module, we're going to be taking this top connector and this middle connector off. We're going to make our connections to the T-harness. So we're going to go ahead, pull that out, take our T-harness, plug it into the female portion of the T-harness. Then we plug the T-harness into that one. Do the same thing for the middle one here. Now that we've made our T-harness connections here, we're going to go ahead and remount our body control module back above on its bracket, like so. There we go. The steering lock connector, we're going to go ahead and route through the center console and make our connections underneath the steering column on the driver's side. All right, on the driver's side, we're going to have to remove this lower dash panel to get to the steering lock connector that's up underneath here. So first off, we have to pull off this black panel here, the side panel. Once you've gotten that removed, simply disconnect this side of the panel. Same thing on the other side. Pop it straight out, and it's going to come down. You'll have to disconnect these connectors so this panel comes down, and then that'll be able to gain access over to here. Okay, we've gone ahead and removed that lower dash panel, unplugged all the connectors. Now we're going to go ahead and pop off this steering column jacket. So there's a Phillips screw here, and then on the top it'll lift the jacket. You'll see two more screws that we're going to remove. So we'll go ahead and get this one out of the way. Okay, so that one's out. And we're going to pop off the top part here. That's going to expose a screw there. And on this side, a screw there. There's that one. There's that one. That should allow us to pull down this lower portion of the jacket. So after further inspection, we do not have a steering lock connection feature that would be located right here. Because this vehicle does not have this connection will not be needed, and we're going to go ahead and complete our installation back on the glove box side. So we're going to go ahead and put all this back together and move forward. Okay, now that we determined we don't have to use a steering lock connector for this install, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up and we'll just tuck it away when we plug in the installation. But I don't have to go ahead and route it through the center console to the other side of the vehicle. I'm also gonna bring up these extra wires here that are extra loose wires connected to the 20 pin. These wires are not used for this install, so we're gonna go ahead and just cut them short. Okay. Once they've been cut off, we'll go ahead and tape that up when we do our button up in the install. But at this point here, we're ready to go through our programming. All right, so we're ready to program this module. To do so, we're gonna hold down this program button and keep holding it down. While holding it down, we're gonna plug in the 6-pin connector. These lights are gonna alternate. You're gonna wait for red and blue together and you'll let go. Once you've done that, go ahead and plug in the rest of your connectors. And once we've plugged in the rest of our connectors, we're supposed to press the program button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And we're waiting for a 2 flash and pause, 2 flash, pause, 2 flash, pause, which we're getting now. So we're gonna go ahead and press the ignition key twice. So the push button's 1, 2. That turns on the ignition, yellow flashing, and then we're gonna be waiting for blue flashes. There's my blue flashes. And at this point here, we're gonna turn the push to start 1 time, turn the ignition off. We should get red and yellow, which means we are now ready to take it to the Windows PC for Dcryptor. Now when unplugging this module to go do a Dcryptor, unplug the smaller connectors first. So we've unplugged these 3 connectors, then disconnect the 6-pin. Now you can take it to the computer. On your tip sheet, you will find the information to download and then the login and password information for the FlashLink Manager program. Once you have downloaded and installed the program to your PC computer, open it up. With it opened up, plug in your FLL to your USB port. The computer will detect it. It'll show that it's now green. It'll go green, blue, red. It's ready to plug in the module. You're going to plug in the module here to the black 4-pin. FLL will go green, red light on your module. Okay, it's now going to detect your module. And now it's showing here that this is a Honda HR-V. We're going to go ahead and select the top 3 bars in the top right-hand corner. Do a vehicle specific select. So it's a Honda, this is a 2017, and then this is a Ridgeline, and it's a push-to-start. The instructions and convenience types do not select. At this point here, load settings. What it's going to do is it's going to write to this module the exact vehicle that it is, which now we see up here in the top right corner, the Honda Ridgeline Push-to-Start. From there, go directly to the Dcryptor tab right below General, select it. What this is going to do is ask you to transfer data. You're going to send data. At this point here, it's going to send data to the system. We're going to wait. We should get the key with the 0s and 1s. Now this can take up to a few minutes or a little longer depending upon your internet connection. So we're going to go ahead and let it process and write the key code, and it'll come back with a barcode showing you that it's writing the information to the module. All right, so you see now that it's ready to write the bypass code to the module. Here's our status bar. 100%. And there we go. So our Dcryptor has been completed. We can now disconnect the module and it's ready to take back to the vehicle and do a test start. We've completed the Dcryptor. So now we can go ahead and reconnect the module back to the vehicle and do a test start. By doing so, plug in the heavy gauge 6-pin power connector first. Then you plug in the rest of your connectors. Okay. And we're all connected here. To do a test start, we're going to press the lock button on the factory remote 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now this should activate the module and the vehicle should start shortly. Good. So we're good to go here. Module does start, everything's programmed up. We'll step on the brake pedal, and what that'll do is disengage the remote start. There we go. Remote start is complete. We're ready to go ahead and tie everything up. Okay, to remote start the vehicle, you'll press the lock button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. This is going to power the unit up. We should remote start in a few seconds. Yeah, vehicle is started. So now to do a takeover, you're going to press the unlock button. You're going to open the door, close the door. You're going to press the push to start button one time, then step on the brake pedal, put it in gear, and drive away.